Yes.
You have, your characters are polar opposites. We've talked about this in interviews and in person. My question for you, because you've got such a vocal capabilities, this vocal range, is there a type of voice that's difficult for you to do? Because it seems like you're just capable of doing anything with your voice.
It's hard for me to do a deep voice.
That didn't sound too bad.
It's rather scary. What's that?
I've never heard that sound come out of her.
Yay!
Maybe that's Fluttershy when she's just a little too angry.
Yeah.
Angel Bunny has bothered her
And that's
too
sort of
much.
like if we do something like this, it's very different, isn't it? You never know what's going to come out of our mouths, right?
Lee, I'd ask you if there's a voice that's difficult for you to do, but there isn't one, so I'll ask Peter.
Yeah. Is there...
I can do Peter's voice.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yep.
I can do Twilight Sparkle's voice. I think.
No, I don't know. Is there a voice that's hard for me on the show that I do? Not really. I probably the hardest is Rarity's father for me. Just staying in that. Are you gonna eat that? But they haven't given me any more lines with it, so maybe they didn't like it. I don't know.
Kind of a
do you like it? Rarity's dad? I'll try to get them to do more of it then, eh? All right.
Yeah, it kind of had that Chicago sound to it almost.
Yeah.
Like something Mike Ditka would say. I don't know.
Dub Bears.
The Bears.
Dub Bears.
Do we have any Chicago bronies here, just real quick?
Yeah! Chicago!
There's another
Chi-Town! L Train!
I'm sorry
Pizza.
to you Chicago brony. I apologize for my terrible Chicago
Well, and
accent.
so, you know, we mentioned, Tara, the work you're doing with Kiki's charity. Lee, you're doing a outside project using your brony connections as well called Fan Built. And I wanted to, you know, spam it just a little bit and say that, you know, it's something that EFR, EverFree Radio, is really excited to be working with you on.
Well, I'm looking forward to working with you guys too. For anybody that doesn't know, it's a program. It's a show that I'm creating. I know a lot of the best voice actors in the world, and I'm getting most of them have home studios. And there's a lot of aspiring people out there that are just really silly. That are I want you to send me your little clips of MP3s, and I'm going to give them to animation schools because they don't have anything to animate. And then they're going to send them back to me, and we just got legal to use Animation Idol, so hopefully that's a show that you're going to see soon. But Fan Built is kind of just, it's about this. Actually, you know what? Can I get you guys to do me a favor? I want you guys to say something for me.
He's setting it up.
I'm setting it up. Okay, so I want you guys to say, no, I don't want you to say that. Just say, that's a good idea, Lee. 3, 2, 1. That's a good idea, Lee. Holy cow, that's so going on my first show. That's awesome.
I think the entire state of New Jersey heard that.
That was amazing.
And I think maybe 3 people in New York did. They were too busy with others.
That's amazing. Anyway, I'm looking forward to working with you guys, and thank you for the opportunity to even talk about it to you guys, because that's not really what this is, but
well, and one thing that I think that's really
thank you
exciting about it is that, you know, you're going to be working, this is something that's been in the works for a while, but you're going to be working with it at EverFree Northwest in August, which I know several of you, people hearing me now? Okay.
There you go.
I know that this is something that I'm really excited to talk about because it's still in the progress, but, you know, I know it's something that you're going to be working with at EverFree Northwest in August, and I know several of you, if not all, actually all of you are going to be there, aren't you? Yeah. In August? Oh, yep. And also at Camelot Gardens in September. I know some of you might be there. You know, so in Equestria LA, hopefully in November. You know, it's something that I think it's really going to be cool because it's a community interaction. You know, and so yeah, just spam.
Yeah. And I just want to say thank you again for me personally, because this is my very first convention for My Little Pony, and everybody's made me feel just fantastic. And if Snips was from New York, he'd probably sound like this. So Snips from New York says, thanks very much for having me.
And let me just thank you on behalf of all the fans for embracing the name Stephen Magnet. It was the best we could do.
Yes. and he wouldn't be Stephen Magnet-alicious. He'd just be fabulous. He'd be fabulous.
Vicious.
Fabulous.
Ishis.
Fabulous.
Tara.
Oh, that's good too.
Are there, you so far have mostly just voiced Twilight on the show, and I know you can't reveal any secret information, but is there a kind of voice that you would like to use specifically for Pony? Because you do have quite a range. You have, you know, your character Raven, etc. Is there a type of voice that you would like to see that you could do on the show?
I mean, you mean another pony for me on the show?
Yeah, why not?
Oh. I don't know. What do you guys want?
There's a toot pony. There already is a toot pony. Toot toot toot.
I don't know. I mean, every character I have done is already a pony. I mean, I can search any character I've done, and there's some kick-ass drawing of it as a pony. My favorite right now is the Lollipop Chainsaw Pony, which... I don't know why it's so cute to see a pony with a chainsaw, but it just is. I don't know. I mean, I'll do anything, really. Wait, that sounded wrong. Can you edit that before it gets on the internet?
Spike needs a mama.
Oh dear.
You could be Spike's mother. Yeah, I don't know where she is right now. I've been hanging around Twilight and the ponies for so long. Whatever.
Well, there's one
Of course, I love them.
There's one background character that they keep changing the voice of, and that's Bon Bon. And I don't know what the plans are for season 3, but you know, you might be able to talk to some producers and snag that one. I don't know. Yeah, can you say I didn't put those in or I didn't put those in my bag? That's one of her lines. Could you try that in like an obnoxious voice?
I can't really understand.
Oh,
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm hearing myself on stage, and I guess nobody's hearing me in the crowd.
We're getting feedback. You're actually talking like this. You're talking into the mic. We're getting feedback from some
okay,
place too. Can you guys hear everything okay? Okay. It's just
So you want me to
it's
say?
just us that can't hear.
You know what?
We can't hear anything.
I'd like to do an episode where we all swap voices. I think that'd be hysterical.
Yeah.
You know, I could try to do the voice of Spike or something like that. I don't know. Kind of, sort of.
Snips and snails. You try to get in there and do that stuff.
Might be kind of different.
I'd like to try Fluttershy. But I promise, I'm only Fluttershy's cousin because nobody can do Fluttershy like Fluttershy.
Because Andrea Libben is best person-y. Best person-y.
Yep.
All right, can
Andrea
this be
just
heard
did a
clearly?
yup. Did you guys hear the yup?
Yep.
Kathy, you are a voice acting coach as well. You have your own voice acting coaching company. And I wanted to know, for those aspiring voice actors out there in the crowd here, and there are a few of them, what your number one piece of advice for them would be.
Well, basically, a lot of voice actors want to be able to do everything. They want to do as many voices as they can, and they think that that is the way to success. And frankly, your own natural voice is a very marketable voice in animation, and we mustn't forget that. Because people think cartoon voicing, the crazier you do them, the better, the more work you'll get, etc. And that's not necessarily the case. So I say that, you know, if you're going to do some voiceover performance practice work, I think it's important to get good training and good workshops with people who are actually working in the business, and to practice on your own. There's a lot of fan-based online things that a lot of you are doing, I know, and that's great experience. And I also recommend you taping yourselves and, you know, practicing ad-libbing. Just ad-libbing in a character with dialogue is the best way you can get flexibility. But don't forget clarity, energy, making it visual, and taking direction's really important. So get together with some of your friends and work it, do ad-libs, and see what kind of voices you come up with. But don't forget, your own natural voice is a really marketable voice.
I don't know my own natural voice.
It's there somewhere.
Where is it?
I had my own voice surgically removed many years ago. I don't know what I sound like anymore.
That's okay, dear. I think you've been around a long enough time that Well, this is long, not as long as I've been around, but God bless y'all. In fact, I think my cane's giving up. I just may need an afternoon nap. Oh, dear.
Well, and you know, you guys obviously are known in the fandom for your character's voices, and I wanted to know if it's been a weird experience, because I know that some fans sometimes conflate your character and your voice with the person, because you all do have very diverse voice acting backgrounds. I think that's important for everybody to remember that. Has it been unusual for you guys to be known for one role as opposed to all the hundreds of others that you've done? I guess the question kind of answers itself.
I mean, for me, like, Batgirl, Harley, Powerpuff Girls, Rugrats,